What up, family? Got a new sport, man. Dash to the Metal League. Today is December 19th, Moon Monday in my city, Chicago. About 5 days in the wake up before Christmas. My sobriety, meaning I don't drink, drugs, smoke, or fornicate. You understand what I'm saying? But the part about, not drinking and drugging is my sobriety, which is on Christmas. Got sober on Christmas and delivered from drugs. December 25th, 1997. Yeah, 25 years in about 6 days. 5 days in a wake up. And I thought in my life, because of me being somewhat a decent person, you understand what I'm saying, I would be a lot further in life. But because people knew my potentials growing up, me being the originator of rap music since age 8, 1975. But more so than anything, a child abuse victim who stood up for myself at the age of 6 in 1973. A victim of rape by 5 guys as a little girl about the age of 9. And pretty much violated ever since due to the fact that I survived, lived to tell the story, write a book, rhymes, poems, and metaphors, plus one song, give it back to the public for free. I once gave my book to a Muslim person in Hyde Park. It was a man. He said, "You don't want nothing for it?" I was like, "No," because, deep in my heart, I already knew that they didn't value me. Men especially. And I wanted them to have something that came from my higher power, because my writings basically are not my own, because I never went to high school, never finished grammar school, and sometimes I write like a genius when I want to. Yep, just got through watching this 4-hour and 40-minute long video. The guy who I guess put it together was Khalid Abdul Muhammad back in the day on April 20th, 1994. He documented the Black Holocaust. He got a lot of people with diamond minds together to talk about how, blacks and people of color, whatever, nature, Native Americans included, was paying a hell of a cost. And I watched it, and they had a lot of good speakers, and they can spit it like a rapper, you understand what I'm saying? And had knowledge and wisdom and understanding long before, I came out with my 3 cassette tapes with my voice to the sound of music in 1995. See, you can feel when people are trying to kill you and destroy you and discredit you. Because around that time, after 1994, around this time, Christmas in 1995, I had mixed family with business. And I had 4 nieces who I try to put them up on game, so to speak, and how, I make my living, which was selling general merchandise at the time in music and things of that nature for Christmas. But this time, I was at the flea market, and I told my 4 nieces, I said, "Hey, I can give you $200 a piece. That's $800, and you just give me the rest or whatever and stuff." It was in a nice little flea market, nice and warm. All they had to do was, pretty much stand there and sell the stuff itself. None of them made $1 between them to give back to me. They all made $200 a piece and said, "Hey, we didn't make nothing but $200 a piece for us." I said, "Oh, okay." I didn't even argue, fuss, or fight. I was tired as fuck. That Christmas almost killed me. I had to take all the stuff that was left over to the streets, because, that's where I made the bulk of my money or whatever and stuff, and pay my bills and gain my reputation and my good standing in the community, And, I was able to sell out pretty much. Basically, money and family don't mix, okay? I learned that. So they peep game, how I make my living, and, it's always been more money, more problems. Now, they all have good careers, and I grew up the hard way. You understand what I'm saying? And me being a lady, born May 25th, 1967, you know, foster child, this, that, and the third, and trying to help my family, whom I didn't even know, for real, for the most part. Maybe a whole year out of my life, I could say that, you know, we were together. You understand what I'm saying? On and off. Yeah. Your family be the main ones trying to kill you, basically. That's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this documentary, though, you know, and the day being the 19th, and, you know, Malcolm X allegedly was born May 19th. And, you know, Tupac said a long time ago, we got to be more like Malcolm X before he became Malcolm X. Got to be more like Malcolm Little when he was, you know, a hustler and this, that, and the third. Now, why would you want to take us back? You understand what I'm saying? And because people like Tupac, and they was trying to discredit me, a real freedom fighter, revolutionary queen, and, you know, basically a person that advocate for the ones that can't speak for themselves, you know, the children, the babies, you know, have been violated due to child abuse and child predators, pedophiles, and things of that nature. You know, he kind of just messed my whole legacy up. I'm talking about Tupac when he said that, because he had the limelight, and most people wanted to, you know, clout chase and, you know, buck dance and, you know, be in the limelight. Now, can I blame him for that? Hell yeah, because he was a scholarly type person around people, you know, who had diamond minds. See, that's what they want, the minds. They said Harriet Tubman freed you all physically. I said I was going to free you mentally. I've done that. And in this documentary that's 4 hours and 40 minutes long, Khalid Abdul Muhammad documenting the Black Holocaust that came out April 20th, 1994. You know, if you can't get free after listening to that, you know, something ain't right. So, people been knew about that. They grew up in that era. I watched the Muslims back in the day when I was on the platform of the L station in my city, Chicago, on 87, selling general merchandise. And, you know, the city was flourishing. It was Chocolate City. You understand? A lot of colored people. A lot of people migrated to come up and stuff and caught wind of something phenomenal, such as myself and everybody else who was, you know, coming up. So I watched them come up and make all that money. You understand what I'm saying? And they talk about the Jews getting paid so many billions just to keep their community flourishing because of the Holocaust or whatever. And we have yet, at least I haven't, had a day at the spa, a real vacation, or a new car for all I've put in. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the people on this panel that Khalid Abdul Muhammad was presenting, you know, this one guy by the name of Jeffries, he dropped it like it was hot. He's 85 years old. You understand what I'm saying? Born 1937, I think it is, and stuff. Now, a lot of people, they say books, movies are corrupt, suicide as well, and they pattern their lifestyle around you. And if you're not aware of what's going on, you know, to go right over your head. And me being just out here by myself, trying to do everything by myself, and not knowing at the time that everybody was trying to kill me, but I could feel it. You understand what I'm saying? Didn't know how they was doing it. You know, you got to be really on top of your game to figure it out. So I had to throw myself under the bus pretty much May 31st, 2008. When they claim I was, you know, I disarmed a police officer in Rogers Park, which I did not. I just happened to write a book that everybody hated and knew it would discredit them, and they needed to get rid of me. I got this shirt, Black Wall Street. They call it the Greenwood District. There's a street in my city, Chicago, called Greenwood. You know what I'm saying? This is 1921, but coming from behind, that's 129, Oprah Winfrey birthday. And, of course, she wanted to come from behind to get that #1 spot. They said, never forget. And it got a whole lot of things at the bottom about what we used to have. Because you don't miss your water till the well runs dry. Now, because I believe I stood up for myself is the reason why, so many people went for it. Because of my strength and ambitions and never giving up. And even though I knew people was throwing me under the bus, so to speak, I continue to move forward like I do now. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not getting nothing after this. These videos don't get no likes, don't get no views, don't get nothing. You understand what I'm saying? They hoping I die and they can come up off of me even more and make up for the losses they taking right now because they plan didn't work. You understand? That's the truth, and it's not going to happen. God is going to step in there and finish the job. I believe that with all my heart and soul. So with that said, I'm going to put the video, about the Holocaust in here and stuff, and then, what happened? All these people that was on the panel, some of them either died, tapped out, or took the money and ran. You know why? Because there's no honor amongst thieves. And when your mind ain't right and you doing stuff, just a buck dance or clout chase or trying to be conniving and things of that nature and stuff, things tend to, go wrong. They don't go as you plan. See, they thought I would be so naive and just die or go along to get along and just be grateful that they ain't kill me, that I would not be doing what I'm doing, and that's exposing them for who they are, fake, a phony, and a fraud. And Oprah Winfrey is still alive, and this Jeffries guy or whatever and stuff who did the best speaking there, listen to what he was saying, because he threw it down for real, because everybody wanted to be the best spokesperson, I guess. You understand what I'm saying? But all that blah, 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 I just can't understand. Action speaks louder than words, real talk. And all that power and money and influence and, being able to speak so well, they couldn't stand up. The easiest thing they could have did was stood up for myself. Because I told them in 1995, even if I had to give my book away, I was going to do that. And I did that. And they knew it was time for them to stand up for me. And they still threw me under the bus. Went through hell, going through hell, but they ain't going to go through it for long. Know how I do. Break these balls, whatever drop it is, what it is. Flip this Bible. And, all y'all from Detroit, you know what I'm saying, who did me dirty. You understand what I'm saying? God gonna get you, don't worry about it. Dirty Red. All right, what we got here? Got the number 1 over here. Of course, I'm number 1. Got the 15, I'm an originator. I'm the reason for the Martin Luther King, I Have a Dream coming together. Now, you put it together. This is God for you. What is that? 15 and 3 is what? 18. What's the date? 19. See, action speaks louder than words, nigga. Blah, blah, blah. I just can't understand. And that's why I don't worry about y'all. Now, just on that alone, this video should get 1 billion views, 1 million likes, and passed around like a hooker on a Saturday night. But because of who I am, a girl, they just don't respect me. And they gonna wish they had her. Because I'm the reason why they got their balls. After 5 guys raped me as a little girl. Real talk. And they came out with 5-guy restaurants just to mock me. You understand what I'm saying? They gonna wish they had stood up and grabbed their balls like Michael Jackson before this is over with. I never lose, man. This is on page, this is Daniel, chapter 7 and 8. On 87, I was making so much money selling general merchandise, music, this, that, and the third, one Christmas. It scared me. On 87, the police whooped my ass like a man for selling general merchandise, doing the right thing. Right here is part, chapter 6, 28. In 1995, I was 28 years old. Real talk. My sobriety is 97. This is on page 797. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. Nothing happens in this world by mistake. Nothing. Nothing at all. So we're going to do 6, 7, and 8. That's what we're going to do. Daniel 6, 7, and 8. Step your game up. Haters.